Hello everyone, this is my program evaluation presentation, take 2. Um, for some reason, the first presentation I did, which I will also be sending to y'all to look at, did not pick up the sound of my voice for some reason. And so I'm reverting back to my webcam. But I will be uploading both presentations so that you can hear my voice with this presentation. But I would like you to look at the other one as well, because that one, I created a special one where the PowerPoint is in line and the slides will change as I'm talking, even though you can't hear me on that one. So please take a look at both. I will be uploading both of them. And so as my presentation continues again, I will be talking to you about the Moody Church, which is found in Chicago, Illinois, and about various aspects of their family ministry program. First, I want to talk to you about their mission statement. Part of their mission and their primary focus is to provide both parents. They believe in an understanding of both parents, and to help fulfill their biblical duties to spiritually lead and nurture their children as gifts from God. Along with this mission, they have a strong collaborative effort with the parents, youth, and children. They believe in these collaboration of these programs that provide a great deal of spiritual training for both mom and dads, who they believe are the most critical in the faith development of their child. So the working together of parents, staff, and leadership within these family ministries and youth and children ministries to seek and encourage the entire family and nurture them as well. Along with their mission, they also talk about the demographics of the church and the community, which I found very interesting. Because this was mentioned more than once, I think it is an important factor when you're discussing the ministries of a church. I found it more than once in parts of their statements as far as this program goes, but not necessarily played out throughout the entire program, which I will discuss a little later. They discuss the diversity of their demographics, such as a diversity in ethnicity, economics, different educational backgrounds, different kinds of families, different kinds of faith histories, and so on. They believe that they're probably the most diverse congregation in the Chicago region, and they believe that this provides for their families and marriages to have the opportunity to grow in the grace and knowledge of Christ in a very dynamic spiritual environment where color, class, college degree does not have a special place at the table. Therefore, though those things exist, they do not create barriers. And they derive support for this from Colossians 3:11, which they believe in the uniting of people through a commitment to Christ and obedience to His Word. Also, along with this discussion of demographic and commitment to diversity, they did present 3 primary biblical and theological perspectives that they derive their mission from for presenting and encouraging and providing different kinds of programs for their families. And this was found in Psalms 127:3, Deuteronomy 6:5-9, and Ephesians 6:1-4. As you can see, I have listed here on this slide Psalm 127:3, as well as Deuteronomy and Ephesians. They each talk about the child and training them as they should go, the blessing and offering of a child, as well as the parent's duty to train the child in which they should go. So there's a very strong focus on children here that I found within their program, which I think is very good. I think there are some programs, as you go out and experience other places, other churches, other different organizations in and outside of the church, sometimes there isn't a strong focus on children. So I thought this was a very strong aspect of their program. Very much biblically focused, as well as and put into practice for helping the parents and children. They believe the children programs are a great training tool, and they promote these in various aspects through different programs that they present. Next, I want to talk to you about their primary goals that they have. There were 3 goals that I found which focused on the parents, equipping the parents, married couples, and children and youth ministry. The primary goal of supporting and equipping parents, which they did set included single parents, is the primary role of nurturing their children in faith and training them according to God's Word, as they use, yet again, some more biblical support here, found in Deuteronomy 6 and 7. They also use Ephesians 6 and 4. They believe in a commitment to providing a safe and welcoming environment for godly teachers and a solid content appropriate to any kids in any stage of their life. The goal for providing and support and equipment for married couples is to help them live with each other with a sacrificial love. They believe in deference and forgiveness, and each of them assuming their biblical responsibilities. Some of their theological implications here were found in some scriptures in Ephesians 5:22 and 32, Colossians 3:1 through 15. They believe and are confident in the power of God to heal hurts and bring unity and commitment to the priority of a marriage relationship. And their third goal within the program is the promotion of a closely working relationship between all their family ministries, children ministry, and youth ministry to address the spiritual needs of any family within their fellowship. Along with these goals, they had a very big variety of different programs, which I found some very interesting, some I've never heard of or seen before in practice. So I thought that these were a good way to present their model of family ministry in helping promote the growth of parents and the child relationship. Some of these programs include a parenting class, program called Mom to Mom, Growing Together, Family Legacy class, Moms in Prayer, Covenant and Cornerstone communities where they're connected to other communities surrounding them. General and both premarital counseling is offered. They have quite a few sections on counseling, which I found that this was a very important aspect for them, as well as some additional programs such as homeschooling support groups and classical conversations. And I won't go into detail about each of them, but I thought that some of them were very good in helping support their mission, as far as their mission for their family ministry, such as the counseling is always a good tool to utilize among a congregation and to help those who are seeking guidance in difficulties. And these are very much focused on a marital relationship because they are general marital counseling and premarital counseling, so those going into a marriage relationship as well. I also thought that their family legacy class, as well as their mom to mom growing together group and parenting class, were a good idea. You know, these are not things that I have seen personally in other churches or programs that I've visited, and I think that they are good programs that can help foster relationships between parents, their children, and training parents, you know, not just training the children, but help train the parents and teach the parents and giving them a safe environment for them to grow as well. And I think these are some key points of each of these programs, is developing not only the children, but helping the parents develop as well. However, though I found very much these programs very close related to their mission, I felt there were some improvements that I would suggest as far as their programs and actually initial pieces of the direction of their family ministry goes in general before even implementing some programs. First, I thought that even though they have some good correlations between what they want to do and what they're trying to do through these programs, one thing we were asked to do was to find some evaluation and assessment tools and I actually could not find any. So one of my first suggested improvements was that they need some kind of evaluation and assessment tool of each of these programs that they're offering. They're offering so many that it made me wonder, if there's no assessment happening throughout these programs, then are all of these programs necessarily needed? How do you find that out without having some evaluation process of, okay, is this mom-to-mom group really helping foster relationships between mothers within the church community? Is the parenting class really helping those parents, or is there parents that it's not helping? So finding some kind of assessment tool that they can evaluate these programs that they are offering. Secondly and thirdly, which are kind of a combination of two things, but one overall, I felt a redefinition of family was needed according to what we have learned thus far in class and our definitions of family. I believe that a redefinition of family is needed here. I think marriage and family, as in their definition of family as the family unit, the parent and the child, is important, but I felt like this did leave out quite a big group of other people. And so a redefinition of family and the goals of the church to fit the needs of the church and the community. So not only did I feel a redefinition of family needed based upon my definition of family, but I also thought it was needed because they did place such an emphasis on the demographic of the church and the community, which they did discuss. And there was a quote actually that I found where it does discuss and promote different groups, such as disabled children, biracial families, and let's see, some various other groups such as special need kids or single parent families, cross-cultural families, homeschooling private and public school children from all neighborhoods. Sorry. I felt that was a very good statement that they used, but I felt like it wasn't necessarily implemented in all the programs they're offering. So I would suggest more evaluation again on the demographics and the needs of the demographics that are surrounding them. They do tell us about the vast variety of cultural diversity within their community. So redefining family, which would help better incorporate singles in the life of the church as well, which were not discussed at all throughout this program. And it would also incorporate the community that is surrounding them, that they do bring to light in various pieces, but do not necessarily discuss throughout the programs they're offering at this moment. And so thank you for listening to my presentation. I'm sorry for the confusion in the two presentations, but thank you, and God bless.